afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Fa-la-la-la-la.
You're listening to the Schitzos podcast, a true crime show where we talk about mysteries from the past that still puzzle us. I'm Alex.
I'm Marcus.
And I'm Matthew.
Today, we're taking you back to New Orleans in 1918. The city's famous for jazz and its culture, but during this time, it was also filled with fear because of someone called the Axeman.
It all started on May 23rd, 1918. Joseph and Catherine Major were found badly hurt in their bed. Someone had slit their throats with a straight razor and crushed their heads with an axe. The killer left the axe in the bathroom.
At first, it looked like a robbery, but nothing was stolen. No money, no jewelry. The back door was chiseled open, just enough for someone to get inside. Sounds familiar? This pattern would happen again.
The police didn't realize it was the same killer at first. New Orleans had seen violence before, but then, 3 weeks later, another attack. This time, Louis Bessemer and his mistress Harriet Lowe were attacked. Both survived, at first.
By August, everyone was really scared. A third couple got attacked. The victim was Anna Schneider, who was 8 months pregnant. She survived, and her baby was okay too. But again, same method. Chiseled door, axe from the victim's house, and head injuries.
People started freaking out. They locked their doors, bought new locks and chisels from hardware stores, and some even slept with weapons under their pillows. Then a strange letter showed up. Hell, March 13th, 1919. Esteemed mortal, they have never caught me and they never will. They have never seen me, for I am invisible, even as the ether that surrounds your earth. I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell. I am what you Orleanians and your foolish police call the axeman. When I see fit, I shall come and claim other victims. I alone know whom they shall be. I shall leave no clue except my bloody axe, besmeared with blood and brains of he whom I have sent below to keep me company. If you wish, you may tell the police to be careful not to rile me. Of course, I am a reasonable spirit. I take no offense at the way they have conducted their investigations in the past. In fact, they have been so utterly stupid as to not only amuse me, but His Satanic Majesty, Francis Joseph, etc. But tell them to beware. Let them not try to discover what I am, for it were better that they were never born than to incur the wrath of the axeman. I don't think there is any need of such a warning, for I feel sure the police will always dodge me, as they have in the past. They are wise and know how to keep away from all harm. Undoubtedly, you Orleanians think of me as a most horrible murderer, which I am, but I could be much worse if I wanted to. If I wished, I could pay a visit to your city every night. At will, I could slay thousands of your best citizens, for I am in close relationship with the angel of death. Now, to be exact, at 12:15 earthly time, on next Tuesday night, I am going to pass over New Orleans. In my infinite mercy, I am going to make a little proposition to you people. Here it is. I am very fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose home a jazz band is in full swing at the time I have just mentioned. If everyone has a jazz band going, well then, so much the better for you people. One thing is certain, and that is that some of your people who do not jazz it out on that specific Tuesday night, if there be any, will get the axe. Well, as I am cold and crave the warmth of my native Tartarus, and it is about time I leave your earthly home, I will cease my discourse, hoping that thou wilt publish this, that it may go well with thee. I have been, am, and will be the worst spirit that ever existed, either in fact or realm of fantasy. The Axeman.
That letter is creepy. He's bragging and mocking, and the part about jazz is super chilling. The killer says he'll come on that specific Tuesday night, but he promises that if everyone plays jazz, he won't kill.
On that night, March 19th, people in New Orleans played jazz all night long. They danced and listened, scared but trying to stay brave. And guess what?
No one was hurt that night.
People started guessing who the Axeman was. Was he a serial killer who liked jazz, or maybe someone is just pretending to be him to get gigs?
The police arrested some people. One was Joseph Momfrey, a known criminal. He was even shot by the wife of one of the victims. Some say that was the end of the Axeman, but nobody proved he was the real killer.
Others thought it might be about race or class. Many victims were Italian immigrants, so some believed it was targeting a specific group. Or maybe it was supernatural, like a demon, just like in the letter.
Since New Orleans has lots of ghost stories, some people thought the killer might have been a ghost or a demon.
This wasn't just a story in the papers. The victims got hurt badly. They were attacked while sleeping in their beds.
Joseph and Catherine Maggio had just celebrated their anniversary. Harriet Lowe, who survived the attack, blamed her partner Louis for it, just before she died from surgery problems.
There's also Mike Pepitone. In October 1919, he was found dying in a pool of blood with his room all messy. His wife saw two people running away.
After that, the killing stopped. No more letters, no more attacks, just questions and mystery.
So what do we think about the Axeman today? Was it one person or many copycats?
There's no real proof. The only clues are the door panels, the axe, and how brutal the attacks were.
What's interesting is how the city responded. They played jazz music on that night, maybe to fight fear, or maybe to help them feel in control.
The Axeman was never caught, and his case is still unsolved, but his story is still alive. Books, movies, and TV shows all talk about him. About a killer who disappeared, but never really left.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Schitzo. If you liked it, subscribe and leave us a review.
And in our next episode, we're going to be uncovering the mysterious disappearance of Matthew A. Bartholomew Sanchez.
Wait, I thought you were Matthew the whole time.
Quiet.
Until then, stay safe, and maybe keep some jazz music playing just in case.
Come back.